Your operations are the heartbeat to your business. I created this podcast to help you balance your childlike innovation with parent-like efficiency. Welcome to Daily Ops Boost. Yo, what's up, team? Welcome back to another Daily Ops Boost, episode 32. We're crushing. Hope you guys are doing well this morning. It's bright and early over here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's hot. It's warm. Sometimes you just don't feel like doing the things, but you do them anyway, right? And that's the best thing about waking up early and just eating the frog, right? You just got to eat the frog sometimes. So get after it today. Wanted to chat on negotiating with prospects. And I see it all the time, and I review a decent amount of our agency clients' sales calls, and sometimes they get pushed over on the negotiation side. And it's a simple lesson, guys. It's a simple lesson, and this is going to be a relatively short one for you guys today. But always remember, like, when you're going into negotiation with clients, we want to keep something called the leadership frame. Now, I learned the leadership frame from a lot of like the traffic and funnel guys, Josh Altop, Jake Grant, Corey Jackson. I'm like, we have to keep leadership when it comes to our sales conversations, because if we're not in leadership there, and if we're not kind of dictating how the relationship is going to go, even from the standpoint of like setting your frame for a sales call of like, hey, how this call is going to go is X, Y, and Z, right? And you lay it all out for them. If we lose leadership early on, especially on the sales side, we're going to lose leadership in fulfillment as well. And that's the worst place to be, is when you are on your back foot in fulfillment, right? Because they're coming to you as the expert. They have a problem or challenge that they're trying to solve. And if you're on the defensive, or if you're on your back foot, you can't make the best recommendations for that. They're controlling how the relationship is going to go. They're controlling how the fulfillment is going to go. And the whole point and the whole purpose of them coming to you in the first place is because they've had a problem, they have a challenge, and they're trying to solve it, right? And so it's really hard to keep that leadership frame if we're not continuing to do it from the sales side, from the second that they get on the phone with you, and you're not owning that leadership frame. So with that being said, when it comes down to negotiating with prospects, it's going to happen from time to time. And there's going to be certain deals that you really want to land, right? And there's certain clients that you're really going to want to work with. And so when it comes to the negotiation side, it's fine to negotiate, but I will say, if you give something, right, that the client wants, whether that is a lower price point, maybe a little bit different terms, well, then you always need to get something in return, right? And now, when you do this, it's going to help keep that leadership frame and feel it more of a partnership than a one-sided negotiation where it's like, well, that's too expensive. Well, it's like, we want to work with them, but like, how can we trade something in return? So if we give them something, so say as an example here, they want a lower price point. So say you quoted the whole project, the whole thing for $5,000 a month. It's going to be a 90-day project, so 3 months. So it's a $15K contract, and they're wanting to get it down to about $4K a month. So it'll be a $12K contract, right? And so their negotiation with you is like, hey, how can we get this to $4K, right? Now, plug your numbers, of course. Don't just pull this randomly and just say, yeah, that's fine, right? We want to check numbers, make sure that that's actually going to be profitable for us. But if we give something, that means we have to get something. So if we go back to the negotiation table and say, hey, we can do the 4K, that's still, that price point is still profitable for us. It's not obviously as profitable, but in order to do that, we need to be able to do 6 months. With you guys, right? So now that contract goes from a 3-month contract into a 6-month contract. So instead of collecting 12K, you're collecting 24K. So essentially doubling the contract value. So with that, like, that's a deal potentially worth doing if the numbers check out, of course. Like, you don't want to run it at a loss, but if the numbers check out and you can actually do it profitably, right? Well, we'll take the longer contract, we'll take the long-term profit over a shorter engagement at a higher price point, right? So we're giving something, but we're also getting something in return, right? And this can also happen with terms as well. Like, some people, like, they want to do a 30-day, right? Which is crazy to me. Like, I probably would stand firm and never do a 30-day, but like, say, you pitch a 6-month agreement and they want to do 90 days with you. Okay, yeah, we could totally do 90 days, but the price point moves up to $5,500 per month, right? So we charge an extra $500, maybe we charge an extra $1,000 per month, to where it's like, yeah, we could totally do a shorter term, but the price point will just move to here, right? And so with that, remember, if we give something, we always get something in return. And I'm always down to negotiate with prospects, especially on an agency service, because that's just how it goes sometimes. But if we give something, we get something. That's all I got for you guys today. Hope you have an awesome freaking Friday. That's when I'm recording this. It's Friday, so maybe it's not Friday when it's releasing, but hope you have an excellent day. Yo, thank you so much for listening in to Daily Ops Boost. We really appreciate your attention. If you're enjoying the shorter form content, you're gonna absolutely love the long form content that we post over on YouTube. We do a live stream every single week, 7 p.m. Central Time. Go check it out. It's on YouTube. It's called Agency Therapy. We'll see you over there.